Hello YouTube, back once again with my film reviews. No, it's been a while since I've done one of these, but hey, I've been busy. So, anyway though, the other day I saw the latest from the Marvel's Cinematic Universe, that being Doctor Strange, the story of a Dr. Stephen Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, who after damaging his hands to the point he can't be a doctor anymore, pursues help from a mystical, what do you call them, cults, or no, not cult, whatever you want to call them, faction, clan, to help him because he thinks that if he can learn how to control magic, then he can get his hands to stop shaking and he can go back to being a doctor. So that's a lot of the movie. Let's see on the good and the bad of the movie. Benedict Cumberbatch as the lead character of Doctor Stephen Strange. If you like Benedict Cumberbatch, you'll like him in this. I'll say this, he has a good American accent. I will say though, why couldn't he keep his British accent? I was really bummed out when he started talking when like an American accent came out. I was like, damn it, I wanted the British accent. That kind of annoyed me. But still, it was a good American accent. It's, like I said, it's Cumberbatch doing his thing. He's an enjoyably smug bastard, like, throughout most of the movie, just constantly wanting people to know how he's he's the smartest person in the room, and what I did like about this film, I did like the fact that he would be called out for if he was being too much of a dick. Like, there's like a line at one point he just like says like just like an awful thing to like his girlfriend, played by Rachel McAdams, just like saying like, yeah, you don't mean that much to me, and she just basically says like fuck off like to him. And so yeah, I did like the fact that they called him out as bullshit, so he wasn't like insufferably smug throughout this movie. So yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch, he was a very charismatic lead. Chiwetel Ejiofor as Mort, a fellow member of the Magic Clan, whatever I call him. He had a good arc. I won't say what it is because that would go into spoilers, but I'll just say he ended up in a place I really did not expect him to be at the end of the movie, and I thought it was actually really interesting, and it definitely left me excited to see where things are going and a possible follow-up to this movie, and that I thought that was really well done. And I liked how there wasn't like a straight-up rivalry between him and Doctor Strange, like how like Chiwetel Ejiofor just like hates Doctor Strange, like just saying like, no, he can't be better than me for like how new he is. No, he's like, he accepts Doctor Strange, and like he's happy to have him around, and he just wants to, and he really does just want to help Doctor Strange and himself improve with their magic. So I really like that. Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One, the person who teaches the magic. Yeah, I know about all the controversy that surrounded her casting over an Asian actor. Honestly, here's my rule with whitewashing. I will give it a pass if I can watch the role and say, you know, the acting's good enough that it doesn't matter. That it really does just feel like the director just thought like that was just like the best person to pull off this role. And for Tilda Swinton, yeah, she's great. She's the best actor in the movie, in my opinion. She just does such a good job at just coming up as like an all-knowing, like all-intelligent, like someone who's been alive for thousands of years. Like, she's not like completely like deadpan. Like, she's like kind of kooky and weird, but she's also like really serious and like really calm and of sound mind for the most part. Like, it's really hard to describe her performance. Just something so odd and so its own. It's just something like, it's something only Tilda Swinton could do with like all her weird, just considering her all the weirdness of her acting. Sorry, I was fixing my camera. So yeah, Tilda Swinton. I don't care about the controversy surrounding her casting. I thought she was fantastic in this movie. Rachel McAdams as Doctor Strange girlfriends, and Mads Mikkelsen as the main villain of this movie. They were both, I give them a lot of credit, they were both somewhat memorable with very nothing roles. Like, they're given nothing to do for the most part. Yeah, because, like, McAdams, like, she was charming in her, like, few scenes. Like, I thought, like, you could have essentially replaced her with a block of wood, and, like, it wouldn't change that much, but there wouldn't be that much different to the character, but still, though, like, McAdams was good enough an actress to keep it memorable, because she did have a lot of charm to her performance. That and Mads Mikkelsen, I'm a huge Mads Mikkelsen fan. I love him in Hannibal, he does a good job. Like, he's still not, it's still Marvel's problem, it's still not a good villain, but he's good enough of an actor. He's like that he's able to be memorable. Like he almost like makes fun of how how serious of an actor he usually is. Like he like plays it really deadpan. Like usually like and he gets some good lines. Like when he first meets Doctor Strange and he's just like, "Who are you?" Like and he's like, "Strange." Like, "Your name's Strange?" He's just like, "No, it's just like it's Doctor Strange." Like, "Hello, Doctor." Like I thought that was he got. It's just because it's Mads Mikkelsen's great. Just you can tell he's kind of making fun of what he usually does, and it really does, and it does work. It's just once again, there's not much to him, but once again, if you put this in the lesser actor's hand, he would have been completely forgettable. Like think on the lines of like Corey Stoll from Ant-Man or Robert Redford from Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Like they're good enough of actors that even with nothing to do, they can be memorably insane in their roles. So yeah, I give those two a lot of credit. The film had a nice upbeat attitude, which, considering how the DCEU is at the moment, I always really do appreciate just for a movie that can come off as really likable and enjoyable, like, unlike DCEU, which is just so boring and depressing for most of it. This was really upbeat and lively throughout, so... Yeah, I know a lot of people, like, bitch about how the MCU, like, how easy it must be to do this. Like, no, after the MCU, some people complain about the MCU is so easy how easy it must have been for them to make these movies. I give them a lot of credit after these DCEU efforts just for the fact that the DCEU, their movies are just so boring and dreary that the MCU movies are always usually so upbeat and so entertaining. So I give them I always like to give mention to that now with the Marvel Cinematic movies. That and the action. The best thing about this movie though was the action visuals were just incredible in this film. Basically, I can only describe it. It's Inception on steroids. Like the entire it's like you can definitely tell the director of this was inspired by Inception. Like there's parts like where a city will like fold or like collapse on itself and like gravity switching, but this one's like so much faster than Inception. Like just like the gravity, like the city like just keeps flipping and they keep like getting thrown to different sides of like the building. Like there's actually like cubes of city just like spinning in midair. Like it's insane that like in the act and the action, this led to some really memorable action sequences, like when they like took advantage like of the time mechanics and like how like their visual style of like things just like moving and shifting. Like it led to some really creative and really cool action sequences. And I will definitely say this: do not see this movie while high, because I know a lot of people say, "Oh, see this when you're stoned; it'll be so much more interesting." No, I think this will be way too intense if you're high when you see this. I think this goes a bit too like out there. I think like you would be legitimately horrified if you saw this high. That's just my personal opinion. So, yeah, the action and the visuals to this movie were just so great from beginning to end. Now, what did I not like about this movie? This is what's wrong with this movie. It's everything that's wrong with Marvel for the most part. Like, I know there's the exceptions, like things like bad villains, like predictable plots, like with things like Captain America, Civil War, but for the most part, Marvel always has the same issues. The villain's lame, like he has no good like motivation, and like when like they fight him at the end, like you really don't care about the stakes. He's not interesting. That you can tell every plot beat this movie is gonna go to before, like from the word go. Like the moment you see every character and see who they are, I would just like, okay, so that's gonna happen to that person, that's gonna happen to that person, that's gonna happen to that person, that's gonna happen to that person. Like it's exactly what you're thinking is gonna happen, and it's just. And that it's just your typical origin story, and I've never liked the origin story in superhero movies. I just find them boring. I always feel like they go through the same goddamn motions, and this is no exception. And like I said, you can call everything that's going to happen in this movie before it starts. So, yeah, that's my main complaint with this movie, though. Like, if you just know what you're getting into, this is not going to be like Civil War, which really transcended the Marvel formula. This has every problem the Marvel films have for the most part, but also, though, on a more minor note, though, I was really surprised there was no Scarlet Witch in this movie, which I found really odd and like surprising for the fact like she was the main connection to magic in the MCU until now with Doctor Strange. Like she was the only person who had magic. I was always expecting for her to quickly pop up and make a cameo on someone, but she doesn't, and. Like, they do get a cameo from one of the bigger Avengers at the end, but to clearly set up the next movie. But even then, though, I was like, really, no Scarlet Witch? I felt like she would be the first one to show up in this, but. Anyway, though, so that's Doctor Strange. Like I said, the acting's really strong, and the action visuals are really strong. Like I said, just it's Inception on drugs. And anytime they go outside their bodies, like there's an amazing fight scene, like when they're like fighting like their spiritual form, their specter form, and like Rachel McAdams is like can't see them all. It's going on. That was really cool. So acting's great, visuals and action's great, and so it does make it better than your standard Marvel origin story. So that's why, on the whole, I'm going to give Doctor Strange a very solid 3.5 out of 5. I really liked it. It's really good. Go see it. Far better than anything the DCU shot out this year. Just know if you were hoping like after Civil War that like really did transcend Marvel film studios into something truly fantastic. This is it, and you were hoping that this would like fall into be like really like transcend like the Marvel origin story. It doesn't. It's your typical thing you should expect. So that's Doctor Strange. YouTube as always, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.